Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, today I am going to show you the solutions of revision assignment number 2, which is based on chapter number 2, polynomials, and chapter number 3, a pair of linear equations in two variables of class 10th of subject mathematics. So let us start. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, solution of revision assignment number 2 based on chapter 2 and 3. Children, here you can see that in question number 1, there are 4 parts. What we have to tell in these 4 questions, we will have to calculate the zeros of the polynomial by factorization method, and then we will have to verify the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. And this is part number 1. So let us have a look on its solution. Children, here you may have observed that while factorizing the middle term, we used to get 2 terms at place of the middle term. Here I observed that there were already 2 terms present. What I have to do, I have to just take this minus sign inside the bracket along with this variable s. So after doing it, I have got 2s square minus s minus 2 root 2s plus root 2. From here, from first 2 terms, I have taken s as common. So 2s minus 1 is left. And from these 2 terms, I have taken minus root 2s common. So inside the bracket, 2s minus 1 is left. So 2s minus 1, if I put it equal to 0, I will be getting s is equal to half. And while putting s minus root 2, which is the another factor of the given quadratic polynomial, I got the value of s as root 2. So children, what we have to do now for verification, we will have to consider the first 0 as alpha and another 0 as beta. So let us calculate alpha plus beta, that is sum of the zeros. So after calculating sum of the zeros, I have got 1 by 2 plus root 2 by 1. That will be 1 plus 2 root 2 upon 2. Children, can I write this numerator minus of 1 plus 2 root 2 upon 2? Yes, of course it can be written. But when I compare the given polynomial with the generalized form of quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c, I got a as 2, b as minus 1 plus 2 root 2 and c as root 2. So it means this is complete b with minus sign. So it has become minus b by a. Correct? So sum of the 0 is minus b by a. Let us talk about product of the zeros. This is half into root 2. That would become root 2 upon 2. And what was root 2? Root 2 was c. Correct? And 2 is equal to a. So I have got c by a. So hence we can say that sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a. And product of the 0 is equal to c by a. So through this we have verified the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial. Got it? In the same manner, children, we will have to solve part number B, C and D. So I am going to show you the solutions of these 3 parts. Please have a look carefully. This is the solution of part number B. Here also root is present, so be careful. I want sum as 4 root 3 and product as minus 15. So the middle term will be split in such a way so that the sum should be 4 root 3 and the product should be minus 15. So this is the broken. I have broken 4 root 3. It will be 5 root 3 with plus sign and minus root 3. Correct? So you can see that I have taken v common here and here minus root 3 as common. Children, you know that 15 can be written as 5 into 3. And further 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. So when root 3 has gone outside, so inside 5 root 3 is left. So through this I have got alpha as minus 5 root 3 and beta as root 3. After calculating the sum, I have got minus 4 root 3 and I know what is b. b is 4 root 3. So it would become minus b, and a is 1. So this would become minus b by a. Similarly, alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So hence, verify it. In the same manner, children, just see part number C. Very simple factorization. In sum, I want minus 11, and as I product, I want minus 42. Please, children, check each and every step to get rid of any confusion. Here, after adding both the zeros, I have got 11 upon 21. As I have to express this 11 upon 21 like minus b by a, so it can be written minus, here a is 7, b is minus 11 by 3, and c is minus 2 by 3. So I have written it like this, minus of minus 11 by 3 upon 7, because it will become 11 upon 3 into 1 upon 7, and 3 into 7 will ultimately become 21. So this is nothing but written in the form of b upon a. In the same manner, children, this is minus 2 upon 21. I have written minus 2 upon 3 upon 7. Okay, so it will become minus 2 upon 21 again, because below 7 you will be writing 1. So you will be getting minus 2 upon 3 into 1 upon 7. So ultimately you will be getting minus 2 upon 21, that is equal to c by a. Got it? Now children, next polynomial is cubic polynomial. You will have to take t common, and after that you will have to factorize this quadratic polynomial. So children, you can see that after factorizing I have got t is equal to 0, t is equal to 5, and t is equal to minus 3. As we are going to deal with the cubic polynomial, so we will have to calculate three things to come to know the relation between the coefficient of the polynomial and the zeros of the polynomial. That is sum of the zeros. I have added them, so I have got minus b by a. Then sum of the product of the zeros taken two at a time, that must be equal to c by a, and product of the zero must be equal to d by a. That should be actually minus d by a. But you know that 0 is neither negative nor positive, so this can be written like minus d by a. Got it? Please check each and every step of the solution, and wherever you find that you have committed the mistake, please do the corrections also. Now children, here is question number 2. You have to just calculate sum and product of the zeros of this given quadratic polynomial. So here is the solution. Children, you know that sum of the zeros is minus b by a. You will be having a quadratic polynomial given. Compare it with the generalized form. Come to know about a, b and c, and put them in the formula of sum of the zeros as well as product of the zeros. So these are your answers. Please check. Now next is question number 3. We will have to calculate the zeros of this polynomial, that is 3 minus x square. Children, you know that 3 can be written as root 3 whole square. So there will be two zeros, that is x is equal to minus root 3 and x is equal to plus root 3. Because here I have applied a square minus b square, that is a minus b into a plus b. Here is question number 4. We will have to form a quadratic polynomial if zeros are given. Children, you know how do we form a quadratic polynomial? That is x square minus sx plus p. S is sum of the zeros and p is product of the zeros. So I have just calculated sum of the zeros, that I have got 4 after taking LCM. Product of the zeros, this is a plus b into a minus b. That will be a square minus b square. That is 4 square is 16 minus root 5 square is 5. 2 into 2 will give you 4. So I have got 11 upon 4. So here is the required quadratic polynomial. Please check it. Now children, this is question number 5. On the basis of given situation, you will have to form two equations. Algebraically, you have to represent this situation. Okay, and you have to tell whether the lines will be intersecting or they will be coinciding each other, or there will be infinitely many solutions. So that can be told either algebraically or by graphical representation also you can show it. So children, here are these two equations given. Find the coordinates are there on the basis of first equation, that is 1300, 0 and 0, 650. In the same manner, coordinates are there on the basis of second equation as well. Children, you can draw the graph also. You can represent this situation graphically. Otherwise, just have a look. On the basis of these coordinates, I can easily judge that 1300, 0 will be the point of intersection of both the lines. Moreover, A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. Here you can see that 1 upon 1 is not equal to 2 upon 3. Here you can see 1 upon 1 is not equal to 2 upon 3. As A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2, so we know that the lines will be intersecting and unique solution will exist. And unique solutions are 1300, 0. The value of x will be 1300 and the value of y will be 0. Here is question number 6. X plus 1 is a factor of the given cubic polynomial, and you will be having one linear equation also given in two variable. Find, and you will have to calculate the value of a and b. Children, as you know that x plus 1 is the factor of the given cubic polynomial. So if I am going to put x plus 1 is equal to 0, it means x is equal to minus 1 will satisfy the cubic polynomial. So children, if it satisfies the given cubic polynomial, it means the given, if I am going to put x is equal to minus 1, then the result of the given cubic polynomial will be equal to 0. So from here I have got one equation. Another equation in two variable, it was given to me. So after that I applied elimination method, you can check, and the value of a and b are here. Okay. Now children, let us switch to question number 7. Here you will be asked to solve a pair of linear equation which is in reducing them to a pair of linear equation. Means both of these pair of linear equations are not given in the generalized form. Here you can see that the variables are at denominator. So definitely we will have to convert in generalized form. So here is the solution of 7th question A part. I have assumed 1 upon x minus 1 as u and 1 upon y minus 2 as v. So these are the equations. After that I am going to multiply equation number 3 by 3 and equation number 4 by 1. So that I can got 3v, 3v. Correct? And they can be eliminated while adding. Children, one important point I want to tell you here. As I told you that I am going to multiply equation number 3 by 3. So please do not forget to multiply constant term also by 3. Each and every term of the equation will be multiplied by 3. Correct? So here is the solution in front of you. By elimination method I have got the value of u as well as v. But children, I want the value of x and y. So what was my assumption for u? 1 upon x minus 1 was equal to u, and u I have calculated 1 upon 3. So let us take their reciprocal. I have got x is equal to 4. In the same manner, while taking reciprocal of 1 upon y minus 2 is equal to 1 upon 3, the value of v is also equal to 1 upon 3. So y I have got as 5. Please check. Now children, this is 7th question, B part. Here you have to keep one step in your mind that I have divided both the terms of the numerator by xy. Means I have segregated this denominator. So I have got this form, that is 7 upon y minus 2 upon x is equal to 5. Similarly children, for second equation also I have segregated xy. So I have got 8 upon y plus 7 upon x is equal to 15. So let us consider 1 upon x as u and 1 upon y as v. So this is the equation which I have got. Now I want to eliminate the variable u. So I am going to multiply equation number 3 by 7 and equation number 4 by 2 so that I can get 14. Children, please check, did you do like this? So after getting the value of v, I have got the value of u also. And you know that u is equal to 1 upon x and u is equal to 1 also. So what will be the value of x? Of course 1. Children, the value of v also I have got as 1. So 1 upon y is equal to v is equal to 1. So while taking reciprocal, y will also be equal to 1. Now children, this is last question of today's assignment discussion. You will be having the angles of cyclic quadrilateral given. Okay, they all angles are given in the form of two variables, x as well as y. We will have to calculate the values of x and y as well as of all four angles. Children, this is very simple question. Only one property of cyclic quadrilateral you have to keep in your mind, that sum of the opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to 180 degree. So as it is a quadrilateral, so angle A must be opposite angle of angle C. These are the dimensions given of angle A and C. I have put them and I have got 7x plus y is equal to 170. Similarly, angle B and angle D are opposite angles, so their sum will be 180. So after solving, after putting these values of B and D and after solving this equation, I have got 5x plus 3y is equal to 190. Correct? So these are two equations. Now while multiplying equation number 1 by 3 and equation number 2 by 1, I have got these equations. I am going to subtract both of them. So the value of x will be 20. After putting this value in equation number 1, I have got y is equal to 30. After getting the value of x and y, I will have to calculate the values of angle A, B, C and D. Angle A, you know, that was equal to 6x plus 10. So substitute the value of x over here. So angle A is equal to 130. Angle B is 100. Angle C is 50 and angle D is equal to 80 degree. Children, I hope while looking this solution video, whatever doubts you will be having, those old doubts may have resolved. But still, if you are left with any doubt, please ask during doubt session through live classes, or you can even WhatsApp me, or even you can give me the call also. So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.